As the clock strikes midnight on December 31st, a magical transformation occurs, like an enchanting spell being cast. But have you ever wondered why the new year starts on January 1st? The choice of January 1 for the start of the new year is primarily based on the adoption of the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar, introduced by Pope Gregory XIII in October 1582, was a reform of the Julian calendar, which had been in use since 45 BC. The Julian calendar, created by Julius Caesar, originally set the start of the new year on March 1. However, different cultures celebrate the new year at different times, often associated with agricultural or astronomical events. Over time, there was a desire to align the calendar more closely with the solar year. Pope Gregory XIII's reform adjusted the calendar to better align with the solar year, making it more accurate than the Julian calendar. One of the changes was to designate January 1st as the beginning of the new year, aligning it with a Christian holy day, the Feast of the Assumption of Mary. There was no immediate adoption of the Gregorian calendar throughout the world, and different regions adopted it at different times. However, many countries eventually adopted it, and January 1 Saint became widely accepted as the beginning of the new year in the Western world and beyond. It's worth noting that different cultures and religions may still celebrate the new year on different dates, depending on their traditional or religious calendars. Julian calendar. The Roman calendar, attributed to Julius Caesar, initially began the new year around the spring equinox in late March. The calendar was lunar-based, with a year of 12 lunar months totaling approximately 355 days. An additional month was added from time to time, amounting to approximately 10.25 extra days in the solar year. However, the system was still not completely accurate. Gregorian calendar reform. By the end of the 16th century, it became clear that the Julian calendar was out of sync with the solar year. To address this issue, Pope Gregory XIII introduced the Gregorian calendar in 1582. Reforms included a more accurate method for calculating leap years and the introduction of a 10-day adjustment. Synchronization with Christian festivals. Pope Gregory XIII wanted to associate the new year with important Christian festivals. January 1 Saint was chosen because it coincided with the Solemnity of Mary in memory of the Mother of Jesus Christ. This date had religious significance and helped in the acceptance of the new calendar among Christian communities. Transition period. The transition from the Julian to the Gregorian calendar was not immediate. Different countries adopted the new calendar at different times. Catholic countries generally made the change early, while Protestant and Eastern Orthodox countries adopted the Gregorian calendar later. Global adoption. Over the centuries, the Gregorian calendar became widely adopted around the world. European countries, as well as many other countries influenced by European colonial powers, eventually adopted January 1 Saint as the official start of the new year. This adoption was often accompanied by diplomatic, economic, and cultural interactions with the Western world. January 1st is recognized as the beginning of the new year in most countries that follow the Gregorian calendar. However, some cultures and religions still celebrate the new year on different dates depending on their traditional or religious